Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to do an energy insight for the waxing quarter moon week, August 1st to the 8th, 2025. And I talked a bit about the energy for this week in the new moon monthly read. It was the monthly read that I do at the new moon. And there's a wealth of information in there that I talked about the pillars of life and how things may fit for you. It may not fit for you, or you may find that at the end of the month something landed, maybe not how you expected it, but it's good to try to check in to see, not in expectation, but in just exploring to see what comes through immediately, because then you're facing potential opportunities, but also potential opportunities for growth and expansion to step into the month in a way that matters to you, into each week in a way that matters to you. The waxing quarter moon typically helps you clear out some things for your lower chakras. Your energy center is your center for healing, your center of divine action, and your center for abundance, which are supported by the law of transmutation of energy, law of divine action, and law of abundance. This week is about motivation. It's about understanding what motivates you. It's about understanding the goals that you have and how you are moving into them, and making sure that you feel free enough to do so. So when you are being in flow for the waxing quarter moon, I want you to sit with a celebration, a sense of joy, and understanding that you are, even just a little bit, working through, and you are in flow in those moments. So what are the signs for being in flow? It's having a healthy passion for life and feeling empowered to move forward towards that abundance. It is knowing what freedom feels like to you, and how aligned you, as you move into alignment towards that abundance, in being able to move forward, it's knowing that you are free to do so, and understanding what that trust, that foundation of trust is for freedom. Acknowledging feelings and having a knowingness of balance in those moments. It is intentionally choosing to act upon divine actions aligned with your manifestations. It is having a healthy boundary and knowing that it ignites creative energies within you. The worthiness that you have within your life, how it's defined, is definitive by a knowingness from a gut instinct. It means that you know deep down, that you are worthy, and what you are working on is worthiness, is full of worthiness, is worthy. Quality of life. Your quality of life, you know what your quality of life is. You know what you're striving to bring it into. You know that the abundance that you have within your life is because of what you see as quality within your life. It's feeling grounded and knowing that you are supported, and that the support that you have is prevalent. It is having a healthy sexuality and being balanced in knowing that you are supported with unconditional light and unconditional love in those moments, that you trust who you are in those moments. The shadow moments. Shadow moments. These are signs that are typical. Many people go through them. They may be a toe dip for you. They may be a bumpy side of the road, or it might be in the ditch, stuck in the mud. Whatever that feels like, you have the moment. As soon as you recognize these in your life, those are moments where you can go, I don't need to be in that anymore. I'm not going to avoid it, but I'm going to face it as much as I possibly can, figure out what to let go of, and move forward. So here are some examples. Self-sabotaging your passion projects or meaningful relationships. Stuffing your feelings or having a lack of passion for life. Feeling scattered or overwhelmed. Feeling like you need to control the outcomes of situations. So, when you are feeling like you need to control the outcomes of a situation, it is grabbing onto anything, any task, feeling like you need to do it. It is understanding that you need to, like, that is what you need in order to be able to move forward. But is it really what you need? Are you disempowering another person when you do that? Are you disempowering yourself because you're not sitting back and allowing other people to do what they are actually gifted in doing, but you didn't see it? You didn't see the value and worth in that other person. You didn't trust that they would be able to do something without you needing to get involved. In those moments where you feel like you need to grab onto everything, it's because you are feeling uncertain. What's behind that uncertainty? How do you build a trust for yourself? How do you look at what you do have control over, your own actions, how you feel, what you're willing to face, what you can let go of? If you find yourself reacting to uncertainty instead of leaning into the gut instinct and divine guidance, what's your gut telling you? Your gut's not necessarily telling you to go and do and add like 15 things to your to-do list because you can't trust that someone's going to like do it, even though you've asked them to. Judgmental reactions, unhealthy expression of anger and projection, lack of boundaries, being a bully or acting like a victim, feeling stuck, unworthy, doubtful, or avoiding, holding your breath, insecurity, having your thoughts filled with lack, unworthiness, not knowing, how certain you are is lack. Unhealthy reactions to lack. Expectations about repeating mistakes, patterns. Expectations about lost opportunities. These energies are typically rooted when there is generational energy. Something happened to generations before us, and they didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how to let go. They didn't know. Some that you may have known, as in people, didn't know that that's what they held within them, and they just became who they were and reacted how they were because that's what they're bouncing off of. Someone else's pain, someone else's I can't let it go. It just became who you were, became who they were. It's part of the family trait. It doesn't need to be. You can be the one to begin the domino of healing and have it become freer, easier to let go for past generations, but also future generations won't feel it as much. Or if they're already born, they'll have an easier time letting go also. Okay, so the message for this week relates to a debt of some sort. Now, perception of debt. What can debt mean? People think of debt as only money. Debt might be a manifestation that is in progress, and it is something that we intentionally chose to work towards, and that's our debt. That's our debt to ourselves. That is something that we are working towards to make it turn it into an asset into our life. It is an energetic exchange from one side of that financial table to the other. It may be healing, it may be growth, but you can also look at manifestations as growth opportunities, because we are shifting energy in our life from something that wasn't to something that is. So it's a transaction. It's a resulting transfer of abundance. That's what we're working towards. We're working towards that debt. We're working with that debt so that we can create an asset in our life, so that we can see the quality of life shift and change into what we intend from a life goal perspective, from a manifestation, from a dream of what's possible. It may be healing shadow, intentionally looking at the muck, the ick, the shadow in our life, but it also might be intentionally making those steps that we have committed to make in order to create what we want, what we desire, what we feel we can achieve. So, is it expansion in our life? Yes, because we are intentionally expanding what's possible in abundance within our life. We are intentionally looking at our own belief systems, which may be emotional connections. We are intentionally taking those steps because we have a belief that what we manifested, what we dreamt, what we have for a life goal matters. So we do what we need to do. And we do it in the most aligned way possible, no matter what that is. Someone once told me that you can't motivate another. So what's motivating you to clear that debt? What's motivating you to look at that debt as a transaction that moves it into a higher quality of life that you are working towards through in your manifestations for abundance? Are you looking at that debt as something that is negative? Or are you looking at that debt as something that helping you, that is your choice to look at, your choice to understand, your choice to help you move into that abundance. What's motivating you? That dream may have been big. That dream may have been massive. The picture may be growing and growing and may be scary. It might be scary. But it's beautiful. So if you think of it as scary, if you think of it as big, too big, then ask, what are the tiny pieces that I can look at, that I can work towards? Where do I start? One step at a time. Because every baby step matters. Every baby step matters because every child learns how to take their first step. And that matters. So every baby step we take towards our goals, our dreams, our quality of life that we see, envision for ourselves, that matters. Tell me in the comments what lands for you. And keep working. Keep doing your thing. Keep facing what you can. And take a moment, or many, to celebrate being in flow. Take a moment to recognize the good. Because when you do that, you are nurturing the abundance in your life. And you are raising the quality of your life by doing that. Take care, everyone. Much love.